Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. What I'd love to do on this spectacular Sydney spring morning is to take you through another book, and the book that I've selected for today's episode is entitled The Finnish Way, a book that was published on the 26th of June 2018 by an author who goes by the name of Katja Pantzar. Let's see what we can glean, what we can learn, and what we can take from this book, a book that promises deep thinking and some important lessons from a different culture, and to see the world, to see life, and to see our experiences through a different lens. So let's start our journey and see what we can take from this book and incorporate into our own inventory of knowledge, skills, and wisdom. So the first key message to come from this book is where we learn about a new term, and this term is called sisu, a Finnish term. And sisu isn't about strength, it's more about stubbornness. The author shatters the myth that resilience is indeed glamorous. Sisu is not the absence of fear, she writes. It's the decision to step into the ice water anyway. It's the decision that David made when he faced Goliath and captured so succinctly and so wholly in that magical statue of David by Michelangelo. The book introduces us to Finnish grandmothers who ski at minus 20 degrees Celsius and entrepreneurs who treat failure like weather. It's unavoidable and irrelevant. So what's the lesson here? Discomfort is not your enemy. Discomfort, when embraced, when looked at, when listened at and listened to, when welcomed, when used, can become your coach. It can become the steps in your ladder and the stepping stones for you to grow and develop. The other message to come from this book is where we look at nature, at being your nervous system's reset button. The Finnish prescription for stress isn't meditation apps. It's more about forest bathing, not metaphorically, but literally. Every problem shrinks by up to 50%, the author says, after a walk in the woods. And this is something that a Helsinki therapist shared with the author Pantzar. So it's important not just to listen, not just to read, but also to learn and to practice and to test. And even a pathetic urban park walk will work its magic. The book's radical idea is that you don't need to escape your life. You need to root it in something older than Wi-Fi. Now, what we do is, rather than just scroll on our phones over and over and over again, you go outside and the trees and the breeze going rattling through the leaves will take care about your inbox. Another interesting and powerful message that comes from this book is that silence, when practiced, is an absolute superpower. And I know from my Greek Orthodox religion that ησυχία, as practiced by monks, Hesicists, is a powerful thing. The author here tells us that the Finnish people, the Finns, are the world's masters of comfortable quiet, being in a room, being in a place surrounded by people who are all being quiet, orderly and silent. The book recounts a dinner where 4 Finns sat for 20 minutes chewing in perfect peace. I've got to look and laugh at this because it wouldn't be a Greek dinner. It would have to be 4 Finns. There's no way in the world you could get 4 Greeks to sit together and eat and not talk or make a noise or sound for 20 minutes. As someone, being Greek of course, as me, that fills every pause with chatter, this is a concept that terrifies us. But when you try it, sitting through a coffee date without performing, the world doesn't end. And the revelation is that most of our words are just noise to avoid being known. Another message that comes from this book is where the author talks about less house and more life. Pantzar tours Helsinki apartments the size of SUVs, and she reminds us that we don't need to live in our homes. A Finn local explains, we live in our city and we need to basically declutter our lives and to open up our lives rather than to spend our lives surrounded by the clutter of our homes. And the book's mantra is own only what you can carry on a bicycle. A small, tidy kitchen now sparks more joy than one's old walk-in closet. And the last point, the last message to come from this book is where the author talks about how happiness is a side effect of doing hard things, and this indeed is a most counterintuitive lesson indeed. Finnish happiness studies aren't about feeling good, they're more about earning good, whether it's chopping wood or learning Swedish. The book shows how meaningful struggle creates what the author calls durable joy. So the trick is to build our hobbies, to expand our world, to do more, to live more, to share more, and I guess from a Christian perspective, to serve God with all your heart, mind and soul, and to also bring that joy and that peace to your neighbours, to your neighbourhood, and to all the people that you touch throughout your daily encounters. Anyway, take care everybody, wishing you all the best. I've just noticed over there on the harbour bridge that the flags are at half mast, and I don't know why that is so, but we may find out throughout the day. Usually the flags on the harbour bridge are flown at half mast when someone of note who has been in the government or a social figure has passed away, but we'll find out sooner or later. So once again, wishing you all the best. Take care, enjoy your life, and hopefully you can take something from this message, from this OPE that we just shared, this other people's experience that we shared this morning, and make it work for you. Take care, all the best, Yassas, and bye for now.